the team just had no defensive intensity to right at the end of the first half there that seemed to turn it up maybe for the first time?
You know, Rick, that's an accurate statement. I mean, we didn't have the kind of defensive intensity you need to play a team of this caliber. And it wasn't like we didn't know they were good. You could tell, as you saw in 5 minutes, pretty good team, right? I mean, you could tell the same thing on film. They're undefeated, 5-0 if you count the exhibition game, you know, and they're beating teams from Conference USA. They got some players, and you can see it early. So yeah, but I mean, I don't think it was just that. You know, I don't think we were executing on offense. We were not running the way we want to run. We weren't really doing anything that we wanted to do, and we weren't doing anything effectively, that's for sure. Either end of the floor.
What was your message to the team then?
Well, I think when it's all said and done, you have to come and compete. And that's not hustle. Hustle is to be expected. Competing is thinking the game plan through and fighting through a mistake, fighting through a missed shot. I mean, that kid's pretty good. Griffin's pretty good. I mean, I don't know if we're going to play many guys the rest of the season that are as good as he is. You know, nobody ever heard of him. But that kid, I mean, he does this every game. Block shots, he dunks, he runs, he works, he makes baskets, he makes threes, he makes foul shots, and he rebounds every game. So, all right, we got our hands full. You know, they've got different pieces. They've got a great shooting point guard. They've got a terrific two, who is an older guy who can play anywhere. And they were quicker than we were. I think they were quicker to the ball. They were quicker to the ball coming off the glass. They were quicker to the ball if it was loose. You know, we got behind. We struggled shooting, obviously, after that. You know, I don't think we certainly didn't have a good shooting. They shot 29 in the second half, but 36 for the game. I didn't have to look at it to know we didn't shoot well. I didn't know exactly what it was. And we weren't getting any seconds. Mel got 3 early. I thought that was a good sign. McCabe got 6. I thought it was good. But we're not rebounding. We're not reacting. Trying different lineup combinations. We went small. I thought that was effective for a while. And the Creighton game was effective a little bit tonight, or before. Gives Josh opportunities to come in and help us offensively. I don't know that you could say that. I thought Marvel was really good tonight, and I thought that was a big plus for us.
At times it looks like the team almost lacks toughness around the boards, even taking the ball up. Aaron White got blocked about 4 times.
I think toughness in general. I don't know that toughness around the boards. Yeah, around the boards, but on the perimeter in the press, we're not, you know, get up toward the ball, over toward the ball. Don't chase it well. And all the things that we worked on, we're just not showing any toughness at all. You know, it clearly manifested itself around the basket, like you said, and it has more direct impact on the game. They're getting putbacks, we're not. We're missing chippies, they're not. You know, so the score is going in the wrong direction, but it carries over to other parts of the floor, which manifests itself over time, and that's unfortunate.
What do you do now, Fran, between now and Saturday's game? How do you approach this thing?
You know what, Rick? What you do is you gotta be careful. You know, did I get on them a little bit? Yeah. Did I go completely insane? No. Okay. They know they're not playing well, and I think the last thing as a coach that you want to do is blame. You know, it's when you're in a locker room and we're having a discussion like we just had. It's us. It's we. We're not doing. It's not you're not doing. Because I cannot sit here and not take blame for how we played the last 2 games. It is not just that. Okay, there's something we're not doing. There's something we're not communicating to them. Because you've seen them play better. Okay, the competition wasn't the same, but you've seen them play better against good competition. Okay? Obviously, Melson's struggling. We're trying to get him going. We're doing a lot of things with him. We're trying to peel some weight off him, put some weight on him, and we're trying to get it off him. He looks lethargic to me. I thought early he was trying. You know, it's good to get Brymer back, that'll help. But, you know, we try to simplify the game plan. As the game progressed, you know, we may, okay, like I said the other day, maybe we're a little too complicated, let's simplify it a little bit. Maybe the simpler way to go will be more effective for this group, because we still have a lot of young guys that are playing a lot of minutes. So, you know, you have to be careful when you have young guys that are struggling. You just start screaming at them and kicking stuff and blaming them for everything. Well, then how are they ever going to get any confidence now? And I don't think any team will ever respect their coach if they blame them completely, solely. And that's not the case. We're all at fault. Assistant coaches, the head coach, the players. But we got time to get it figured out. We're better than this. You know, I think we thought we would be better. I think everybody thought we would be better. Well, we're not. But you got to go back to work. You got to watch more film. We got to do skill development work. Okay, we got to work on dummy offense with different lineups so we can execute more effectively. We've got to work on late game situations because we haven't been good pressing. So, I mean, I think we'll get this thing figured out. We'll get better.
You started the second half with a different lineup. Have you thought about doing
The only
any
reason
lineup
I did
changes?
that was, the answer to your question is yes, I thought about a different lineup. The reason I went with that lineup, because that's a lineup that, as Rick mentioned earlier, at the end of the half, that was a lineup that got us back in the game. So I felt like, you know what, I'm going with those 5 guys. And then, of course, you know, I intended to go back, get Josh back in the game, and get Melson back in the game. And that's what we did.
Bryce last year played with a lot of it. It looked like an edge to him, toughness. This year, he just hasn't been able to get on track. What's kind of been his issues?
You know what, I'm at a loss for that answer. I wish I had that answer for you. But I will tell you this, he's a good kid, and he's smart, and he's better than he's playing. So it's incumbent upon me and my staff to get it out of him. Because we're not getting it out of he or Melson right now. You know, and it's my responsibility, it's our responsibility to get to the best players and to get them to play up to their capability. We're not doing that. So, you know, I mean, Bryce's assist turnover numbers coming into the game weren't bad. He's not shooting the ball. I think he's putting a little pressure on himself to make shots, especially when we're struggling. He had some really good looks today. We're in and out. And, I think he'll get better. I mean, he had the little episode, whatever it was, but, you know, the headache. So I think he's feeling better. And, we'll just stay with him.